have done 11,799 Japanese words through Anki in 261 days, so I'm going to teach first the method I use and why I think it's best for not spending a lot of time in Anki and maximizing kanji reading and meaning recognition. Then I'm going to go into why your immersion hours matter way more than your Anki, but still why Anki can give you that boost in your vocabulary. After that, my experience was a close to burnout, how did I maintain consistency. At last, practical tips for you to apply. By the way, I've studied English for 3+ years, Japanese for 16 months and a cycle exchange athlete. This channel will also teach you how to get discipline in the language acquisition process. I've opened my community, which is going to be totally free for the first 3 months, and I will make sure you get the results, so check the link in the description. I've noticed that there's this thing in which people prioritize too much perfection when they're doing immersion or studying on Anki, and I honestly found that, at least for Anki, it's just way better to do quantity with a bit of quality. Why? Most of the times when you learn a word in Anki, you will have to review that word again when you're doing immersion, unless it has just one meaning. But most of the time, words have more than one meaning and reading too. So you're kind of lying to yourself if you say that whenever you study a word in Anki and you get to the immersion after, even if it's right away, you will be able to notice all of the meanings and readings you memorize in Anki. So what I'm specifically doing right now to prevent me from trying to be too perfect on Anki is I don't take more than 3 to 4 seconds in a card after I review it during the Anki session. For example, let's say I'm studying in Anki and I find a word. First, I will go through it one time and try to understand what the word means through reading the meaning definitions. Usually in monolingual right now, that's why I spend maybe 10 seconds when I review that card first. Then I will try to associate the readings with the kanjis in that word if it contains kanjis, which it usually does. After doing that, you will not spend more than 3 to 4 seconds in that card, even not more than 2 if possible. In this way, first you will train fast recognition of all of the aspects in that kanji, which is an imitation of what you are doing in immersion, because when you're watching anime, you will not spend more than 3 seconds thinking about that word when you watch, right? Second, you are training yourself to not get too fixed in reviewing just one word during immersion. The point when you're Anki is to help you make immersion easier, not make it harder. Third, and probably most important, you will not spend more than 40 to 50 minutes in your Anki if you are studying 40 to 60 words daily, because immersion is more important than studying vocabulary. Also, don't spend time in words that are not useful. I have a lot of words that I haven't acquired in Anki, and they are there since I started. That means that that word is not that frequent in the vocabulary that you need for your immersion, so just read the meaning and press good. By doing everything I said on this section of the video, you're basically training your ability to resist uncertainty during immersion, which is literally one of the skills that will take you to fluency in language acquisition. In summary, perfection is what probably is making your Anki be way more annoying. If you're going to do this Anki method, make sure that your hours are always superior to your Anki by at least 4 times the amount of time you put on it. The reason for this is that you're basically going to acquire most words through immersion, not your Anki. We're basically using Anki as a tool that will make us do less reviews during immersion. So our immersion hours are just going to be more efficient, because we're not doing reviews that will make us be more distracted during immersion or wherever. That's why I say that your immersion hours are more important. Now, if you don't have that much time, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, I honestly wouldn't recommend to do Anki in this way, because you barely have any time available to do immersion. So what is probably better would be doing Anki till perfection and maybe actually spending the entire hour in there, while also seeing example sentences of the words you are studying. Still, that's just when you are starting. Remember that in general, immersion is what's going to get you to actually end up acquiring the language. You can study lots and lots of Anki with grammar, and 1 year from now on you will just have the basics and will wonder why you're not capable of still understanding your basic anime speech. Probably the question that you're looking for first: was I close to burnout after doing 45 words for 261 days? To be totally honest, I was never even close to burnout. I mean, maybe someday I didn't want to do Anki, that's normal, but burnout to the point of wanting to quit, never. Anki does take some effort, but it is just so easy when you don't have anything else to do in your day that is distracting yourself. Probably Anki, coupled with my immersion content and training calisthenics, are the most fun things I do on my day. For that same reason, I will literally never quit. My consistency was never really a problem. You honestly just need to know what actions you need to do every day and just completely ignore everything that is not those actions. That's literally the big secret to not procrastinating and actually getting the work done. So I will ask you this question. Is Japanese really your primary goal? Maybe you want to go to Japan or get that work that requires you to learn Japanese. Bro, act like your Japanese is the priority. The problem with people saying that something is their priority is that they don't act like it. You need to study Japanese first thing on your day before you go to school. You need to study Japanese for at least 3 hours before you eat breakfast. A priority always comes first, but the problem is that you are not treating it as your priority even though you say so, and that's why you are not consistent. These are action steps to implement today that were very useful for me to concentrate more and maintain consistency too. Basically, meditation. This is honestly a game changer, and like I mention it so much because I feel like your life will change if you just do it for 10 minutes daily for the rest of your life. So go to this app in the Play Store called Medito and do their free course for starting to meditate. The thing with meditation is that it will basically teach you how to embrace boringness, and usually in meditations, you're concentrating in just one thing, which could be your breath or a part of your body. So it also trains your ability to concentrate. Believe me, if you feel like you have this ADHD syndrome, just meditate for 10 minutes every day for 3 months and you will notice that your necessity of always distracting yourself will disappear. The second and last thing I'm going to mention, because I know that if I mention another one, you're just not going to do it, is waking up ultra early. If you could literally wake up at 3 AM, literally 3 to 4 hours before school or work, and you just get to your computer instantly, open Anki, and after doing Anki, you start doing immersion right away for the rest of the time you have available, I promise you that you will literally never procrastinate anymore in your Japanese and wherever you put yourself into. By the way, my free course, which is inside of the community, teaches you how to wake up early step by step. I know, very tasty. Engage with my content if you want more people to know about this. Thank you.